Get ready for the credits, people! It's loving it! You see me disintegrate? Yeah! New technology! New technology, people! It's awesome! And I'm confused. But Mr. Kitson has led me down the path of awesomeness, and I think I'm doing quite well. So hello everyone, welcome, it's Wednesday. I've had an exam today, and I did really well in it, if I don't say so myself. I don't mean to toot my own trumpet, but excellent day. Tomorrow, I won't be so happy. But tomorrow is another day, isn't it? Just like today is today. And tomorrow will be tomorrow. And yesterday was the past. And yesterday. Oh, so I have cobbled together a wonderful piece of VT-ness for you peeps. We've got the bow way. What is it? The 155D. Which is a big horrible e-cig that looks a bit like this. Look at that. Look at that. Professionalism. There she be. See that? But we got a nice little VT of all that biz for you. We've got the last of the Vapor World juices, so that'll be entertaining. You'll enjoy that. And we have the spring. The spring. I don't know if anyone's heard of the spring, but it's like a box mod that you can keep stuff in. Very cool. Uber. I like it. I like. So, we've had the titles, and we can't play them in again. That's a bit rude. It's a bit rude to kill time like that. So I think what we should do is we should probably get on with the bow. We're going with the bow way. The bow way. You ready? This is the bow way 155D. See what I mean? New technology, people. Je ne comprends pas. I don't. So we'll do something else. What we'll do is we might as well do the juices, considering that's what just came on. So should we go and do juices? Juices. Here goes juices. Hello everybody, right then, juices today are the last of the vaporworld.co.uk juices. Okay, and we're going to be looking at blueberry 36mg PG, we're going to be looking at blackberry 36mg PG, and we're going to be looking at sterling 36mg PG. So I'll probably be feeling sick for quite some time after sampling these juices for you. Bit of wind. So let me continue. Yet again, I've got the glass of water and the pipette business going on again. Okay, so if you hear this, yeah, and all that, don't worry about it. I'm not dirty. Now a lot of people say to me, "You can't test the juice if you've got juice in your atomizer. You need to use a fresh atomizer for every juice you do." And I was like, no, I really don't. I'm not going to. I do believe that crazy American Raven Vapes said that if a juice is that good, it will make its way through an atomizer and you don't need to use a fresh one. I agree with this fact. But just to help you along, help the juice along. I'm making a mess of things tonight, I swear. Just to help the juices along and to make some people happy, but not all of them, probably none of them, I am going to vape the atomizer dry. So that's tasting like absolute turds.
so it's dry. So I'm going to do that after everyone, and I'll give it a blowout as well. That way, at least it has a running chance of not being contaminated. I find it works quite well. Right, let us continue. What should we have first? Right, we'll start off with a juicy one, the fruity one, then we'll go on to Sterling, and then we'll do another fruity one. So that'll be interesting. Right, so this is the blackberry. Now, where I live, in the country, I can go picking blackberries whenever well, not whenever I like, but when I feel the need to, during the seasons when the blackberries be there. So, during that time of year, I can go out and pick blackberries. I make blackberry wine. Sumbo makes what she calls a blackberry crumble. I call it a disaster in a pot. That's a joke, by the way. Sumbo makes a lovely blackberry and apple tart. She also cooks quite a good one as well. She is actually in the same vicinity as me, so this is blackberry. It smells quite black. It smells like a cross between blackberry and some form of alcohol that I used to drink when I was a child, or even more of a child than I am so now. I know everybody in that chat room thinks I'm a child, and in comparison to some, maybe I am. But at 26, I don't particularly see myself as a child, more as a young person. So, 36mg blackberry from vaporwool.co.uk. There's a taste of blackberry there. I'm also getting some kind of alcohol, and a musky alcohol, an alcohol right at the back, just there. There's blackberry there, definitely, but it leaves this kind of, when you drink a pint of stout, and you get that kind of irony taste. Well, not irony, but like a stale taste on the side of your tongue. That's what's left, but the initial blast is definitely that of a blackberry. So, I would say that's quite accurate. 36, man. Ooh, so yeah, definitely blackberry. Oh, one more go. But the aftertaste is quite stale. Not stale in a bad way. A bit like when put too much sugar in your blackberry jam. I don't know if you've ever made blackberry jam or whether you've had really sugary blackberry jam, but when your blackberry jam gets a bit warm and you've got that kind of, not rotten, but right on the edge of over-ripened, there's that kind of musky, mouldy kind of taste. But I use very negative words to describe some of these flavours, but they're not negative at all. It's not like getting a mouldy fruit and licking it. No, because then I'd just be going, oh, disgusting. And I'm not saying that, because I'm saying they're quite nice. But just that on the edge of ripe, too ripe. So, say for instance, blackcurrants and all them. No, not blackcurrants, raisins. You know, dried fruit, and they've ripened and they've become sweet and they start releasing their sugars. It's a bit musky. That's what I'm getting. That's what's there to me. Okay, so I did warn you all that I wasn't very good at juice reviews. So that was the blackberry. now I'm going to vape this dry, like I promised you all. I'm a nice person. On it goes. And I would drink that water, but it's had juice in it. Alright, so what did I say was next? Sterling we were going to do next, weren't we? Sterling? Now, it wasn't the... I can't remember. One of the ones on Vaporward's got a picture of a wolf on it. I want to try that one. I'm not sure if it's Sterling, but I think it's something like Steppenwolf, but I think Steppenwolf's a band. Got the missus's block nose. Not a strong scent before you vape it. Oh, missed the glass. Somebody will clean that up. Just good for that. So this is Sterling. Sterling, old juice, old boy. So I wonder how we're going to perceive this beast. This is Sterling. Quite dizzy. Have I gone white yet? Feel a bit wet. Right then. What? Or white, can it? What? Sterling. 36mg PG from vaporward.co.uk. Not getting a lot of vapour off that one at all, not like the last one. But these RPG juices. There's definitely something in there. Let me arrange myself so I can sit appropriately for the review. Well, it's a tobacco flavour. That's a definite. And I've got that metallic thing that I keep describing again, which I've been told is a tobacco flavour. But it's very mild. There's not a lot. That's quite a hard juice to describe, to be honest with you, because there's not really a lot in the way of flavour in it. It's got a flavour, but it's a very simple, straight flavour. I can't quite place the flavour. I'm going to have to put some more in. So that's odd. Like I said, I'm getting. Hang on, I've just picked up the wrong one now. I make blueberry instead of blackberry. Instead of it, the blackberry, no, I think I bet the blackberry. Right, so this is the Sterling again, just to see if I can get what it is I'm actually tasting. definitely a smoky flavour. But it's a bitter, smoky flavour. Terrible vapour production, right, in comparison to the last one, but this, like I said before, it is a PG juice, so I wasn't expecting much in the way of vapour. But yeah, that's a kind of bitter tobacco taste, I would say. I'm gonna go for that. I can't get that. I'm not finding it. It's not a strong flavour either. It's not a kind of flavour that goes ping and there it is in your gob. Oh, I shouldn't do that when I'm at 36. Yeah, that was quite funny. Yeah, it's a bitter tobacco, really, but not a strong flavour, not a lot of vapour production, and so it's quite low. But again, it's a different juice for every time, so that's obviously quite a stealthy juice. Of all the tobacco flavours, that's one that I would consider an all-day vape, just because it isn't a strong flavour. It's quite mellow. So yeah, that was interesting. That was odd. Right, this is going to have to be the last one, because if it's not the last one, my eyes are going to fall out of my head, to be honest with you. So do you notice I put products in my hair? This isn't grease for once. This is actually products. So I was told I looked like a fool. When I was a kid, I used to have hair like this. So it's not that much longer. I'm a pleasant little boy. Oh, please sir, no sir. And then I went to the stage of doing like all this business where it's all spiked. But I was like a fool. Oh, enough of the hairstylings. This isn't haircut TV, is it? No. Right, blueberry. Blueberry. I love blueberries. Whoa, that smells like a blueberry. Oh, sweet. It smells like a blueberry. I'm going crazy. I'm going slightly mad. I'm tipping everything over because I'm getting high from blueberries. You may be seeing here the destruction of a man on 36 milligrams. But that can be quite funny for some of you people. Right then, 36 milligram blueberry PG from vaporworld.co.uk. And my dog's just insane because my girlfriend's going mental. Oh, Sumbo. Flow here, high, vapor reduction low. Tastes like a blueberry. That is quite pleasant. That tastes like blueberry squash. That's what that tastes like. Well, I'll tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like the mixed berry squash, which has mostly blueberries in it, surprisingly. That's nice. Lovely. Lovely jabbly. What that is. I'm going to cut that down. That tastes like mixed berries, squash. That's what that tastes like. Very much like it. That is refreshing. I'd buy that. I'd definitely buy that. I'm gonna buy some. Once I finish this, I'm gonna go on my Mac and I'm gonna buy some. That's what I'm gonna do. It's cheap. Right, that's enough of 36mg juices, I'm afraid. Otherwise, poor Jez's head's gonna explode because he's a lightweight. So yeah, that was blueberry, which I'm gonna go and buy some because it's lush. The Steppenwolf, no, not the Sterling. The Sterling was a smoky bitter taste with very low flavour, but there was definitely a flavour there, but it wasn't overpowering, which is quite nice. I could have used that as an all-day vape. And then the blackberry tasted a bit like a blackberry with a slightly stale, kind of over-ripened aftertaste. Didn't really prefer the aftertaste on that. So for a fruity flavour, blueberry is my choice, without a shadow of a doubt. So bravo blueberry. Big clap for blueberry. Now, people have a tendency to do desk shots. So just to fill in the extra couple of minutes, I'm going to do a desk shot. Okay. Take my little camera off here. There you go. There you go. This is my face here. So this is my office behind me. Yeah, that's a gun. That's the window. So out of my window, you can see the world. Yeah, that's the world outside. We have a small bonfire there at the moment, and you can't really see the mountains, but past that house there's usually the sea. We have the bookshelf here, you can see with biology books, and also for some reason the Twilight Saga, because my girlfriend's a bit of a weirdo. And then the desk shot. So if I just pull this over and knock things over like that, my keyboard's about to go. So that's me looking at you, looking at me, all the way down the line there. That's pretty cool. That's the PC with the speakers, which has been knocked over at the moment. Pen holder, mouse mat. Di left his hat here. That's a sideboard keyboard, which might I add is one of the best keyboards ever, which you can put it into the sideboard mode. And the Macintosh. So that's the office shot for you people, and that's filled in a couple of minutes, really, isn't it? I'm just looking at myself on the screen. Remember me looking at you, looking at me, looking at you. So there you go. That's everything. Thank you very much for tuning into the Juice Review. That's the sellotape that I use to do my close-up shots. So thank you very much, and let's get back to the show. 36mg is killing me. Bye.
There you go. That was a lot funnier after 3 ml of 36mg. Yeah, a lot funnier. But that was the last of the Vapor World juices, which, might I add, were quite delectable, I have to say. Not too fussed on the older RYs, apart from the 4. 4 was quite nice. I enjoyed the 4. But the 1 and the just Ryan and the 2 and the 3, not too fussed on them. But again, taste is subjective. But what I noticed in there is that people think, excuse the noise, people think that I'm not getting a lot of vapor. Now, as I said, those are PG juices, PG, okay? But what I have here is some of Vapor World's RY1 VG. So just to show you that the VG juices do make a difference, and that vapor production is not low in Vapor World juices, as long as you buy the ones that make vapor. I'm going to vape some of this. This is 24mg, so I won't spend the rest of the show off my breasticles. It's because I can't say TITS. So as you can see, the VG juices make vapour. So they're lovely. So thank you to Paula from vaporworld.co.uk for her lovely juicages, in all the little vials. All these little, not the vial, they come in a vial. That's a vial. It's a vial to me. So it's about 1.8 ml in there, and you usually get one of them with an order over a certain amount. So yeah, thank you. But I'm going to lay off the Vapor World stuff. I have got a couple of other things. I've got the e-cig battery, which is the 1300 milliamp hour battery, Tornigova battery, or Ego battery in this case. I'm putting that through its paces now, and I'm measuring how much juice goes through it before it dies. I also have the 4.6 volt battery, but I don't have any standard atomizers to put in it. Whoops. So I'm going to lay off that one too. So yeah, no more vaporworld.co.uk for today, I don't think. No, there isn't. So no, job's a good one, and that was Le Juicy Juices. So next, I'm going to look at the Bauer 155D and all its many names that it has. I might have the names wrong, okay? But I know you guys in the chat room are very knowledgeable, and I'm a tool. So if you know what it's called, shout it out. Make yourself known, and help me out, because Lord knows somebody has to. So this is a little vid on the Bauer 155D. Okay, here we go.
Okay, there she is. That is what we're going to look at today. Now, that wonderful piece of little technology we got there is called the BW, or the Bauer 155D electronic cigarette from Bauer, surprisingly. The Bauer is an 18650 battery mod, and the 18650 battery mod is of a fair size, it has to say. It's quite a large beast. Parameters are 187 millimeters by 90 millimeters, and its length is 187 without that mouthpiece on. Okay, so let's have a look at it, shall we? Okay, so we'll start by saying it looks a lot like an Ego clone. Now these things also come under another description. They can also be called the BW, the Exo mod, I think they also come under, and there's a couple of other AKAs to go with it. This is the 801 version. I do believe there's a 510 version. I don't know if it's any better, but we're going to be looking at this one. As you can see, quite shiny from the start, and what it is a giant Ego, which you can see when I pop off that cone, like that. It's a very large Ego. So this is the 801 atomizer that we've got on there at the moment. Pop him off, like that. And then we have a small rubberized kind of button there. I won't do anything now because it's not turned on. But it has a small rubberized button now. To get your battery out, is a case of twisting the bottom. And it comes out through an end cap. Okay. So like I said, this is an 18650 mod. It has got what seems like a copper spring there. Okay, but it's an 18650 mod, so your 18650 is supposed to go down that hole in there. Okay, so let's have a look at the 18650s I got here with me. We have the trusty Ultrafire Grey. I've also got an AW high power. It's not an IMR, but it's the 2200. It's the 2600 milliamp hour battery, the big boy. And this is a BDL IMR 18650. Okay, so you can see already there's a small size difference there. in those three. Okay, I know that's not the most accurate way of showing them, but there is a small size difference. So we'll start off by using what most people have, which is the grey. So obviously we're going to go in plus N first, okay? Right. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. The 18650 battery doesn't fit in the 18650 mod. Now you might not see it from here, but that was a new battery. And now on the corners there we do actually have some wear and tear, because it will not fit in. It will go in a little bit and then it's even harder to get out, but it does come out in the end. So if you got those ones, don't bother, because they ain't going to fit in. Next, I thought, I know, I'll use my nice high power battery. Yes, she fits. Okay, in she goes. So that one works fine. Now for the BDL IMR, not the AW IMR, but the BDL, also fits. Okay, but that grey ultrafire, and for those who don't use the high power batteries, which is most people, it will not fit in. Denied entry to the mod. And I got bits of battery casing down it. So the only way we're going to have to go with this is by using one of these. Okay, so pop them in like that. Fits in quite snugly. Next, my other wonderful experience of this thing. The threads on these are built by small monkeys in the Amazon rainforest. They are not built by cool people or people with any sense of depth perception, because trying to get it on is moida. They cross thread outstandingly easy, and they are a right pain to screw in. That's the quickest I've ever actually put it on the mod, if I'm honest. So we now have some blue lightage to show you that there is some form of workingness within the mod. Okay, so we're going to start by taking the 801 atomizer, which we've got there. I'm going to take a sample of juice, and I'm going to be nice here. I'm actually going to use VG juice to try and give this thing some happiness. Some VG juice down this very deep atomizer, and try and drop some on the bridge there, and on it goes. And then I'm going to screw that on. Now I'll vape this when it comes out of the close-up and into my face. It's probably the best way to do it. But your cone then screws back on the top, and those typical Bose, or what look like the Bose carts, slips on the top, and there you have the completed mod, which I hope, when I press the button close to the camera, hisses. So there we go. It's a fair old size. I'll give you something to put it against, which is one of the Mega Tornado batteries, although this one might be a Riva battery, I do believe, but they're all roughly the same size, with a drip tip on it. There we go. Roll them towards you so you can see them a little bit better. There you go. Obviously I haven't got the cone on the Tornado battery there, but that's the size we're talking about. So as you can see, they look quite ego-ish. I'm sure you can imagine having a cone on there. So that's the Ego T battery, if any of you've got it, from vaporwall.co.uk. That's the big 1300 mAh battery. So they're very ego-y, or very Tornado-y. But that is the mod. Now I'm going to come out of full screen view in a minute and I'm going to vape it. But just to go back over what I've said so far: thread, crud, battery, won't take all 18650s. That upsets me, to be honest with you. Just to clarify, I didn't buy this, or I wasn't sent it by anybody. Instead, I got it in a trade. I do believe it's for the Leo, and this is just me polishing now with the tissue. I did get it with the trade, so it's not purchased by me really, and it's not given to me by anybody. So I'm going to give you my full description of what I think this thing is. Get ready for the pain. Another thing, the caps that come with these, see that? They're bendy, but they still have airflow afterwards. So I'll come out of this horrible close-up viewiness, and you can have a look at my face, and I'll go through it some more. Okay, hi everybody. Nice glare on the glasses there, but I'll try and keep my eyes down a bit, although you will see the reflection of my monitor. Maybe if I take the glasses off. No, I can't see, so I'll put the glasses back on, I think. Yes, so here it is. There's the beast. Okay, as you can probably tell by the close-up, I'm not that impressed with it so far. It's very shoddily made. Threads at the bottom, and not taking one of my batteries. Didn't like that too much. Looks wise, I quite like the look of it because I like ecos. That's why I've got a couple of batteries, and these are pretty much my going out tools. That and the standard 510 I put in a PCC. But I don't really take many mods out and about with me. I'm quite happy with what I've got. But this is the 801 with an 801 cart in the top as well that I put on for you. But I'm gonna cone it back up, and then we're gonna have a quick vape on it. Okay, so battery's quite fresh, and this is it in action. That's a nice cut off that you get when you're trying to get something out of it. Which, I'll be honest with you, if you watch me dragging on it, isn't enough time to get any vapour out of it, and it goes on for a bit too long for me. So I thought, okay, with the Leo and stuff I said I wasn't getting any vapour with it, and atomizers breaking in and stuff like that. I've been trying my best to break this thing in. It's painful and as horrible it is, but I've tried my best. But I'll stick it in my gob, and I thought, well, the Leo was slow sucks, slow drags, and you finally got some bits and bobs out of it, like, So I tried to do the slow ones as you just saw. So I thought, okay, I'll do what I do with other things, for instance, with this, not so slow, More than enough. And that's off a little ego battery. Well, big ego battery, I suppose. This has got an 18650 in it. Not only that, it's got a pretty high powered 18650 in it, so I should be getting something out of it. So I thought, okay, I'll do them fast instead. Nah. Not nice. No flavour. Big throat hit, but not throat hit as in raspy, dry throat hit. Throat hit as in stingy, burny throat hit. Vile. And it's not the juice, because I know I like the juice. And that's with the VG juice as well. So that, okay, what it is, must be an 801 atomizer. Never used one before, don't like it. Which is fair enough, because I'm allowed to change my mind on that. Now hopefully one of these is the 801 to 510 adapter. Yes it is, that big chunky one. So okay, we'll put a 510 on it, see if that makes a difference. And I thought, well, although it's not a fair comparison really, Though it's not a fair comparison really to put a low resistance atomizer on it instead of the other one. Surely it must make a difference. All this has been tested previously. I'm just going back through the motions. But I'm going to put another bit of juice on this thing so I can show you what I did. So this is the 2 ohm low resistance, and I have been told that the 801s are a little bit lower resistance than a standard 510. So really it's not that unfair at all, if I'm perfectly honest. So with the 510 on top of it, with that nice big chunky adapter, when I tried it last time, the cone did still fit on, I think. Yeah, cone still goes on, but if you try and put a drip tip in there, you can tell it looks a little bit silly. But I don't do it like that anyway, because it's funny. By the way, it's well, it's nearly 20 to 9, so I'm a bit tired, and I've had an exam today. But anyway, the low resistance 510 on it. Much better. So, to sum up, would I buy this thing again? Not in a month of Sundays, to be honest with you. Now I know that this version is the 801 version, and if I'm not mistaken there's a 510 version out now floating about. The odd vendor's got it, and like I said, I put the 510 in it, and it's not terrible like it is with the 801. So hopefully the 510, because it uses a half decent atomizer, will hopefully give you the option. Oh, I just spilled my juice. Will hopefully give you the option of having a decent vape out of it. But if you go and get that 801 version, you was asking for trouble, boy. That's what you was doing. And not only that, but you look really stupid when you got that poking out the front of it. That ready cut off switch. I hold my buttons down for ages and vape and toke and toke and toke and toke. And I pretty much don't take my finger off the button of any e-cig I've got until I've had enough. And it cuts me just short of where I probably would have taken my finger off anyway. I do it a fair bit longer on something like this. And that's my average. But no, this thing wants to cut me off. Bad e-cig. Bad e-cig. It's shiny, it's chrome and all that business, but just gets going, cuts me off. Bad. Je n'ai pas de like. Don't like that e-cig at all. To be honest with you, I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. Now, I don't know whether if I take that out and try and what the Americans call tailpipe it, I think. No, because there's no airflow. No. So, yeah. So, the fact that it comes with an 801 angers the crap out of me. Because I think 801's a, well, I don't know, because I haven't tried that 801 and anything else. But if it makes the same kind of vapour as that did just then I don't like it. Not only that, I've got a really bad 801 to 510 adapter, and now my atomizer's stuck to it. Says canine shit, look at that. What's this all about? Fucking vampire. So yeah, that is the Bowie 510D 5D 1059 whatever. That is a big pile of pap. and I don't like it. I really don't like it, to be honest with you. So the main bad points are the threads, the fact it won't fit a battery in it, that the 801 atomizer is shit, that it cuts it off when I'm trying to enjoy myself. Don't tell me when I'm ready to stop vaping. That's a bit of gas. Don't tell me when I'm ready to stop vaping. I know when I'm ready to stop vaping. So I don't need a piece of metal and a battery, and what you can see on my finger there is actually the bits of battery that have been caught in the threads. So yeah, all in all, what a bit of poo. I don't like it. I'm never gonna like it. Do you know what? Usually, being a bit of a pikey, you know, being a bit of, I can't say pikey, but being a bit of a ragamuffin, I'll sell anything, to be honest with you. See what I mean? I'm trying to put this on now. I'll sell anything. But you know what? I wouldn't even put this up on the classifieds to sell to somebody after seeing this. Now, please don't get me wrong. I'm not sure if the person who traded me this watches the show. I'm not having a go at you, dude. No problems at all. There's no hard feelings. I'll just stalk your house and mug you when you go to the pub. No, only joking, man. It's not your fault, man. I just don't like it. It's just a piece of crap. That's my review and my opinion. Would I buy it again? Nope. Would I sell it to anybody? Nope. Would I ever like to see it again? Nope. Bye. Thank you very much for that informative review, and back to the show. See that big flash then? Now, there it is. You don't need to see it again. Buy it. Buy it. Don't you like it? No. Now, some people may think that I said the word SH1T in that VT, and they'd be wrong. That's incorrect. See? What that is, that's your ears playing tricks on you, because that's the way that your mind obviously works, and that's not my fault. See, what I said was, I said shirt, as in the shirts you wear, because I don't like shirts, because I stick it to the man, and when I wear a shirt, I look like I'm going to court. So I use that term in the same regards as SH1T, but I'd never say that on the internet. So yeah, the 801 atomizer is shirt. Excellent. Yeah, I didn't like that, did I? No, bad. Didn't like. So I don't know whether it's the 801 or whether I was over here somewhere. There it is. But I don't have an 801 device to put this piece of shirt on, so I'm not going to. But like I said, there's a 510 version, and when I stuck the 510 on it, which is the same 510 that's on there, it gave me lovely vapour. Right? About that much, really. But it cut me off. It cut me off. I used to work in the call centre. I cut you off. I decide, you piece of shit. Anyway, so that was the Bowie. That was the Bowie 155D, the 801 version. If somebody would like to give me a 510 version, I will happily have another look at it. But I hope you fixed the threads at the bottom of it, because if you didn't,
And this is the worst thing. I got a bruise. I've covered it up with my lovely blonde locks, but I got a bruise just there. And what it was I was trying my best to get that off. Like that. And as the lid came off, like that, pow! My AW battery, who I love, probably more than certain females in my life, shot out, hit me in the head, and landed on the floor. And I said to her, what was that for? The love I've shown, I charge you, I don't overcharge you, you know, I trickle charge you. How many other people do you know who get trickle charged? No, not many. But he turned to me and he said, don't you ever put me in that thing again. See if my battery doesn't like it. Now watch, look. I know I'm not the cleverest bloke in the world, but I'm just trying to get it on. That's all I'm trying to do. Just you know, it's not hard. You know, I don't. Should I have to ask? Should I ask nicely? Should I clap my hands? Should I blink fast? Should I say there's no place like? There you go. That'll do. Bye. All gone. Now, hello. I was going to show you the spring. Spring. You got to do it. You got to do it in that voice. Spring. And that. But I'm not going to show you the spring because the spring video is 18 minutes long, and it's 2054. That's 54. 2054. At the third strike. 2055 now. So I'm not going to show you the spring because it'd be pointless. Because then we'll be here, and I know how much you'd love to be here a little bit longer in my pleasant company. But can it be done? Can it? I won't do it. So the spring's going to have to wait, I'm afraid. Which is good for me, because that's 18 minutes that I don't have to slave away. And with the spring, which comes from ParadiseVapeUK.com, from a gentleman named James, who lives up there in Scotland. He does. He also sent me some samplers. So I've got the drum here. I've got Benson Fences. I've got Golden Virginia, Flue Cured, Cigar, and I've got his version of Pall Mall here as well. I love Pall Mall. It's red and it's beautiful. And I have a lot of it on order. 500ml of it, in fact. And it's from Decang. And I gave James a small message over one of the many forums that I frequent. Well, one of two. And I said, because I'd already tried them, I said, is this Decang? Because it don't taste like Decang, boy. It doesn't. It tastes different. Nutty, in fact. I said, you know, are these Decang juices or what? And the answer he gave me fills me full of expectation, really, because I'm quite looking forward to trying them now, because they're his own blends, which is quite cool. Because I like blends. Blends are cool, and I haven't really done any blends since I did Griswold's juices many moons ago. So yeah, we're going to be having a look at the spring and the Paradise Vape UK juices, which would be pretty cool. I like that. Next week also, we've got the 510T, I think, I hope. I have had it for a while. Unfortunately, I know everybody likes to see unboxing and then looking at all the lovely instruction books and then it all comes in a box. But I ripped the box to pieces pretty much as soon as it came to the door. I just took everything out and I gave one of the atomizers away. And I've lost most of the cartridge. So yeah, no unboxing for you, peeps. So yeah, I won't be looking at that either. But I'll have a look at the thing itself on the older on my YouTube, and if you know me on Facebook, check it out. You might have seen the video because I did a video for somebody else, so you might have seen part of it already. So that kind of spoils the surprise, but you'll enjoy. Also, I have to say the low resistance 2 ohm atomizer that I bought from iVapor Elixir.co.uk from Toby. they all got a bit clogged with all the juices I've been whacking through them and all that business. So I went to www.vaportrails.tv and I looked at their new V-clip section, which is a small collection of small videos giving you all the tips and tricks that you need to know to carry on vaping. And one of the videos was boiling your atomizers. So head on over to www.vaportrails.tv and check out the new V-clips. And I know all my colleagues didn't expect me to do that, but I found them today on my own accord. Mr. Kitson didn't even have to tell me. See? Had to tell me how to set up what I'm using now, which is awesome, by the way. But yeah, so head on over to Vapor Trails so that you can see the awesome new V-clips. Whether you agree with boiling your atties or not, it's done a really good job on mine. So be the judge, you know. That's why you're given free will, I suppose. That, and whether you want to be a thief or something along those lines. What can I say in 60 seconds? Not much. No, nothing. No. Should we sit here in silence? We can pray. No. What we're going to do is we're going to make a little announcement. See? Constantly working this brain. Constantly working. It's not all about principles of physiology, which is the exam I've got to do tomorrow, which I haven't got a clue about. Not nice either. Not one of those multiple choice exams. No. The proper old school exam. Essays. Ugh. Nobody likes essays. Bad. Bad. But next week, you won't be seeing Jez Can Digress. Because Jez will not be digressing. Jez will be revising. So I'm afraid next Wednesday at 8 o'clock, you won't see me. Something else might be put on. Who knows? This is why you got to keep going back to www.vaportrails.tv and checking. See? If you checked, you'd know. But yeah, I'm not here next week, so I'm sorry about that. But as Cat's roving reporter Mighty Mouse, did that even come out right? As Cat's roving reporter Mighty Mouse said to me via Skype, he said, "Your schooling comes first." Don't know why he sounded Welsh, but then you've heard his Welsh accent, so I reserve the right to make any accent I wish. I've done Scottish and Welsh, trying to be American so far. So yeah, next week, no Jez, but don't cry, don't cry. Cover yourself. Cover yourselves? Well, I don't know why you'd be uncovered, but console yourselves. Console each other. Lend a shoulder for those to cry on, and you will be rewarded later on. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in. It's 9:01, and I am off to revise. Thanks, babes. Bye.